Good afternoon and welcome to your NPL New South Wales men's clash this Sunday afternoon. Rockdale City Suns and Mount Druitt Town Rangers. What is both a sunny and windy afternoon. See how these conditions affect the players. Both teams looking for an important 3 points. Somewhat indifferent starts to the season. Rockdale, of course, picking up a result of every kind. Mount Druitt probably happy just to get on the pitch again after an earlier clash of theirs was rained out. Will be replayed later on in the season. Paul Reed and Hayden Desmond have shaken hands as we're about to get underway. Rockdale to get us underway, kicking to the left of your screen in red, Mount Druitt in their yellow and green. So we are underway here. Very interesting result in the 20s earlier. Very one-sided encounter. Rockdale in the first now. What have they got? Show the crowd that is built and gone away throughout the day. Ball played forward early for Rockdale. Close tidying up early, and saw him have a standout performance really against Manly last week. Not afraid to run forward either. Early contact there. It's Koskeri who goes down. Koskeri, who of course didn't start last week, was brought on with those 3 injuries in the first half to Mount Druitt. Didn't he make a name for himself? Earned the start this week. Early set piece for Mount Druitt. Songen centrally, comfortably headed away. Ball down the line, Close stepping up. And that is why. Player is offside. Figon making that run, just a touch too early. Mount Druitt keen to get underway as quickly as possible. Will be encouraged with that result last week, behind twice against Manly United, only to come back twice, force a 2-2 draw. After that game was delayed 2 hours by the thunderstorms. Ball finds the mark this time. It's Close again, happy to tidy up. Some crafty footwork to draw the contact and the foul. Sally Adair on the ball. Happy to play it short. Gomez down the line. Happy to play around the back. Early looking for the ball forward. There are 4 men currently up top. 2 wingers have pushed up. Surely this is going long. That was the intention. Figon looking to go down the line, has to go backwards to Neil. Inside now. Rockdale, what a game it was for them last week. Never have I seen a result that did not seem to sum up what we saw on the pitch. Rockdale attacking again and again and again, just continually thwarted. 3 goals from Hakoa were of a good ilk. It is that end result that, of course, is all that matters. to these players in the top flight. Pressure comes, but Saliadere able to go up the line. Neil offers, decides to go inside, a little bit of pressure, happy to play it back. Rockdale looking to go inside. Going to be forced wide here, surely. And Druitt trying to mark up in those central spaces. The diagonal ball, well intercepted really from Darko, who an interesting week himself last week in everything. Looks very calm when in possession of the ball, and in fact in defence, never looked too flustered. Back live now, Rockdale. Ball wide to Neil. This is a good one. He looks to take on his man. Goes onto his favoured left foot. Swings this one in. Cut out from Trimble. And it will be an early corner for Rockdale. De Silva will be swinging this one in. Some tight marking in the middle. One sits up, Mount Druitt able to clear, but only as far as the first line of Rockdale defence. Mount Druitt looking for the counter-attack. Well done from Rockdale there. Early danger. Petrillo calmly stepping over that one, going back to that right hand side. Rockdale want this ball in the middle to work. Immediately met with pressure, just the foul given early on. Referee not looking for the cards just yet. Side to Makura. Looks for a through ball. Mount Druitt happy to go back to Saliadere, who gets it away. Rockdale trying to put their stamp on this game, holding the majority of the possession early on. Pekoski running forward, looking for the ball over the top. It's a good one. Runs ahead of his teammate initially. Then the pressure from Druitt comes. Seal him with 8 behind the ball. This far side can only amount to what will be another corner for Rockdale. It's the big frame of Petkovski comes forward. He does stand head and shoulders over most of these opponents. It's like Koskeri's trying to pick him up. That could be a bit of a mismatch in the middle. Swung in now, only as far as the front stick. Rockdale might get a second grab at it. Is indeed swung in. The header straight up in the air from Thompson. Saliadere tidies that up. Have to say, the long ball from Saliadere, quite aimless. And Druitt players not on the same wavelength just yet. Mentioned last week, coming from behind twice, they'd rather get on the scoreboard early. That run is definitely offside. Jurasevsky doesn't like it one bit, but Mount Druitt line looked at each other, stood up well. It'll be that familiar 4-2-3-1 shape from Rockdale. Which again, looked quite dangerous last week. Thwarted time and time again. Hopefully, from their point of view, that's just a bit of luck that needs to turn around, but it's Mount Druitt on the ball. Played out wide to Darko on this left-hand side. Wants the return one, not used just yet. Mount Druitt surging into the area. Shot is blocked. Falls kindly to Jurasevsky, but his touch is wayward. Will be an attacking throw for Mount Druitt. Mount Druitt will not mind playing on the counter-attack, if you will. Claims for handball, the defender not having enough time to react to that. That's a better touch this time. You know how skillful he can be on the ball. Looking forward to seeing more of it. Skaskeri stealing that ball back. Challenge is a little late. Wasn't malicious in any way. But a free kick nonetheless. Thompson having a few words with the referee. Looks quite friendly. Not quite sure what that's about, but Mount Druitt. Much would they love to get their first win of the season in the top flight. It's going to be swung in from close. Again, not really to anyone particularly. As you will have seen if you watched that fixture last week, not often you see a centre-back taking set pieces, as he's not the tallest man. Maybe that's part of the thinking. Rockdale. Lovely little one-touch passing until it is broken down. Thompson to Koskeri. It's on this right-hand side after playing on the left last week. Thompson back to Koskeri. Lovely little play. The referee has awarded a penalty. Clever footwork to get the ball away from his own feet, and of course the defender. Petrillo doesn't like the call at all. All seemed to happen in a bit of slow motion. Just one of those that's so obvious you wonder if it will be given. Although it's been early on in this season, this is what we've found out about Mount Druitt. Don't often look like they're dominating, so to speak, and then all of a sudden they've popped up. They have a penalty kick here. Gomez stepping up. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Dare I say, a shock lead taken here by Mount Druitt. Early on in this clash, it is 1-0 to the away side. Not the start Rockdale would have wanted after that result last week. Crowd here, little stunned. Good news for the home side, there is plenty of time remaining to get themselves back into this game. Gomez trying to put on the pressure. Rockdale, there's the central ball with some time and space. And you see the heavy contact. And that will be the game plan for Mount Druitt. As soon as that ball goes central, even mind if you draw the foul, put on the pressure, force Rockdale out wide. It's taken quickly. Rockdale, can they respond? It's Thompson, hands on the player. Makura playing it wide to Neil. Neil would prefer to get on that left foot. Forced inside. Ball inside from De Silva. Then it gets a little bit messy. Darko doesn't quite deal with it. Now Druitt defenders looking for the flag. It does not come. It's play on here. Ball inside once again. Play on. The cutback is clever. De Silva. Fortunately for the home team, it doesn't come to much. Koskeri chests it down. It's a heavy chest. Ball safely to Gredicevic, but he cannot find a teammate. Clever feet, Yurosevsky. Sad to Makura, who's fouled. These fouls already starting to rack up a bit for Mount Druitt. Referee, will he be punishing the accumulation of those? There's another one for you. Rockdale looking to go down the right-hand side. You can see those yellow and green shirts just marking the space really inside. One of those players is Gomez. Rockdale down the left again. Now this time happy to charge inside the area. Cross-come shot really. Not one nor the other. It held up in that stiff breeze. Almost snuck in the far post. No real size from the crowd or players here, but wasn't that far away from sneaking in. Meanwhile, it's close. Flick on header to no one in particular. A few travelling Mount Druitt fans have made their way here to Hillingdon Sports Park. Might be able to pick them up on the audio. Maybe just the stiff wind. Yurosevsky it was, showing a clean pair of heels initially before caught up by the defence. Rockdale do not seem to have had their confidence dented by that goal. Still looking to play it down the middle initially. Koskeri doing his defensive work. Back to Sally Adair, who says anywhere will do. Lovely feet from the big man. Rockdale looking to go back in the offensive. It is Neil released on this left-hand side. He's got a bit of space. How's the delivery? Backstick, Darko it is. Falls as far as Makura. Wants to play it inside. Rockdale, is the shot going to come off? The foul is given. Contacts look reasonably light, but referee in the best position. This is a very good area for a free kick for Rockdale. Leash it was, I believe, who drew that contact and is still on the deck. If it's possible for a free kick to be too close to goal, this is what it looks like. Just to that left-hand side of the box. Sally Adair looking to instruct this Mount Druitt wall. Only one player left in the outfield. Rockdale didn't want to pull the trigger. Wouldn't say they were afraid to shoot, just looking for that clear-cut opportunity. Resulting free kick. Under the wall! What a save from Sally Adair though. Would have been unsighted. The free kick, so clever, under that wall, which of course leapt up. But Sally Adair. Brilliant save. Referee checking that he's okay, he is. De Silva for Rockdale. Yet another corner. This one goes wide. No one there for the home team. Thompson is dispossessed. Excellent defensive work. The dribble into the area. There's a bit of contact. Referee says play on. Crowd not happy with that. Radicevic certainly not happy with that either. You can hear the goalkeeper yelling from the other end of the field. Rockdale. Dangerous, but without that goal that they crave, that ball is sent into the stands. Last 5 or 10 minutes has been played almost exclusively in this final third. Mount Druitt camped on the edge of their area. Be careful not to give away a penalty with some of those challenges. Pressure is the call. It doesn't come just yet. Makura is on the edge of the area. Leaves that ball. Right foot strike. Saved again from Sally Adair. Had a bit to do last week, but Maybe didn't get a chance to show off his athleticism like he's doing already this afternoon. Saves in both directions. Rockdale knocking on the door, but it's just not opening quite yet. De Silva goes over to take yet another corner kick for Rockdale. And Desmond barking instructions, maybe to that man close who heads it away for a retake of sorts. Little short corner routine this time. Swung into that back stick. Shot did come in from Yurosevsky. It was a bit tame, however. Sally Adair says all day. Not the hardest thing I've had to do today. No chance of a short take, which means that ball is sailed long. In fact, Sally Adair says way too long, recognizing that delivery not up to scratch from the back. The breeze has died down a little bit, but does occasionally pick up and swirl. Rockdale, of course, a team that likes to play it on the ground. Shouldn't affect them too much. Mount Druitt gonna have to be spot on with their delivery from the back. Hold up play from Rockdale is good initially before Thompson intercepts. Kaskeri wants it, is ignored. Biaggian, who's been a little bit quiet here today, maybe sums up Mount Druitt in that doesn't get a lot of the ball, and yet when he or they do, have a bit of magic to it. Long throw is spot on, unfortunately hitting the referee. You don't want to see anything come of this, but Mount Druitt won't mind. The shot into the area. Radosevich easily handling that one. Referee, of course, apologetic, not much he can do. It's Josh De Silva's touch into the referee that more or less created that opportunity for the away team. Forgotten now, Rockdale. Darko, happy to get that one out of the area. Centre back venturing forward now. I think that says a thing or two about Rockdale's intentions here. Neil on the right foot. Ball on the outside of the area. The referee getting out of the way that time. Neil, lovely little feet to get onto his left foot. His delivery just as good. Does hold up a little bit in that swirling breeze. Rockdale, a second time at it. The header in! What are we seeing here from Sally Adair? Surely he can't keep it up for a full 90 minutes, but the first quarter of this game, he has been impenetrable. Neil avoiding the contact there. Runners through the middle if they want De Silva. Can't quite decide one or the other. Yet another corner for Rockdale. Manager Paul Reed saying it will come, boys. There are encouraging signs here for the home team. Yet with Sally Adair really in quite a fine touch. Do start to get the feeling that nothing you do make a difference. That one again goes near post. The shot from the edge of the area blocked. Clifford, who wanted that one the most. Rockdale player offside, meaning Mount Druitt will get a moment's reprieve. Chance to slow things down a bit. It is 1-0 to Mount Druitt Town Rangers. After a penalty, after you have to say was a decision that would be given most of the time. And then it's been all Rockdale since. And yet Sally Adair in goal has been a brick wall. One of those weird ones where you have to say both managers probably happy with what they're seeing. Of course, Mount Druitt will take the result. Paul Reed happy with the points. This ball forward draws the contact. The home side appealing for a penalty of their own. Sally Adair once again cannot be thwarted. Let's just assume that that'll be the case unless I say otherwise. It was Jurasevsky who made the perfect run through his shot. Not quite wide enough to get past Sally Adair. A little bit of contact, but it's 50-50. He's going to get another chance now. Takes 3 touches onto the left foot before it's blocked well. The shot from Neil goes over every goal you can see on your screen right now. Paul Reed, not quite as happy as he was 2 minutes ago. Gets a ball from the sidelines and boots it straight back in there. Again, you can't say it's time wasting from Mount Druitt. They're just going to take their time when that ball goes out of play. We saw it against Manly when they drew level on both occasions. They did have those 3 injuries, meaning players were going down, doing the extra work. Can Rockdale keep on keeping on? This one's going to go all the way back and across, you'd imagine. Neil in plenty of space on this left-hand side. Goes to Petkowski first of all. Decides to ignore the run of Neil. Not sure if that's a lack of options or captain wanting his team to mix up the attack. Maybe go down that right-hand side, or it does seem like there's more numbers. As we mentioned in the middle, plenty of numbers on that right-hand side as well. Some tight marking. Eventually, Rockdale able to play their way through. Does go out for a throw. The referee is checking on the welfare there of Leash. Sort of saying, I'm getting kicked around a little bit, referee. And that's the way Mount Druitt play, right on the edge of the law, so to speak. Heavy contact, heavy challenges, happy to commit some fouls. Picked up a few yellow cards last week, but trying their best not to cross that line. Neil, who's seen quite a bit of the football in the first half, doesn't see a lot of options. Petkowski back to his keeper. Now a little bit of space on the right-hand side. De Silva on the ball. Playing in an attacking mid-roll, dropping a little deeper to pick that one up. Delivery swung in a little aimlessly, you have to say. Mount Druitt happy to get that out of there first time. Biagian feeding on scraps. Can't do anything with that. Petkowski. This left-hand side, the ball inside. Jurasevsky, the return pass. He'll get it back now as well. Credit to Mount Druitt for some disciplined defending. As you can see, bit of a broken record here. Every time that ball goes into a forward area or that middle of the box, there are quite literally 2, 3, 4 Mount Druitt shirts there to meet the opponent. Bit of contact here. That challenge maybe typifying the Mount Druitt defense right on the edge of the law. Grabbing from both players. I do feel if Rockdale can keep this up, the equalising goal will be forthcoming. Sally Adair, that's a better ball. Flick on from Mamone. Dealt with for now. Clever feet back to Radosevich. Petrillo to Petkowski. Looks for the long ball over the top. Almost well weighted. Advantage paid here by the referee. Jurasevsky! Just past the far post. Lovely little build-up play. Rockdale, maybe this is simplifying it a little bit, but do look they're most dangerous when they can just go straight down the middle. Even if there is a turnover with those Mount Druitt bodies, just pick up that second ball, keep charging down the middle. And they're forced to go wide. More often or not, the attack breaking down. It's Darko for Mount Druitt on this far touchline. No options, forced out of play. Late challenge there, not malicious, going for the ball, just not well timed. Mount Druitt and Thompson taking their time on the restart. Sally Adair pumping that long. Can make one criticism of the Mount Druitt goalkeeper, who again has been spectacular, you have to say, in the first half. His distribution not quite on the money. Clever header here, that will hold up in the breeze. Figon looking for support now. Again, Rockdale not able to play quick passes, forced to go back and across. Do wonder if had have taken on his man there, would Rockdale have not given Mount Druitt a time to set. Going to back themselves to play their way through. Neil in space on the left is ignored. Goes down this right-hand side. The shot from distance. That may well be a sign of frustration. Might be able to hear Aidan Desmond on this near touchline. Be encouraged by his team's defensive efforts, but in transition, when this long ball comes forward, as I'm sure it will shortly, it's not a lot doing, so he's wanting his midfield and attackers to get a little bit tighter, give each other a bit more close support. It's not forthcoming just yet, as you see Redasevich dealing with that. Mount Druitt, rare effort forward for them, and it is them that lead 1-0. Lovely little short passing. Rockdale not applying a lot of pressure. Happy to jockey and sit off. The tackle does come in. That may well be the first yellow card of the day. Can hear the appeals from the players and the crowd. Interesting, Paul Reed, just underneath me, isn't saying too much. Referee continues his patient approach to this game. Mount Druitt won't mind this, they are frustrating the home team. What is turning into a lovely afternoon here in the south of Sydney. To Silva, to Neil. Neil charging his way through. Forced to take the throw in. Classy looking player is Neil. I say that, of course, not just based on today. Good to see some consistency in that man's game. Rockdale. A miscommunication there, meaning the pass does not find its mark. Darko will amble on to pick this one up. Looking to give you a bit more information about the shape, but as you can see on your screen, the way this game being played, Rockdale committing so many numbers forward. Mount Druitt sitting back. Their front four unable to link up or get much of the football. Yusevski looking for the ball over the top. There are numbers wide, that's why he's gone in that direction. Darko, however, getting that to Koskari, and now Mount Druitt. This is what I'm talking about. Just want to surge forward with 2 or 3 or maybe 4. Thompson can't get there before Neil. This goes back to Bredasevich. Plenty of time for McCure. Paul Reed saying turn sash. Pressure not being applied in that area of the pitch. It's here as Rockdale looking to go forward. It's cut out by Clyles. This time the forward pass could release a player. Mount Druitt not wanting to go forward. They're not going to change to a possession style game anytime soon. Maybe they would have been best going on that counter attack. Never mind. They'll get another opportunity here. This ball spread wide. Mamone inside. That touch a little heavy. Get a second effort at it. Player going over a little easily, you have to say. Boyajian not appealing himself. And here we go. The referee does have his cards. He's tried to be patient. He's tried to let this game flow. There can be no doubting the cynicism in that challenge or the resulting deterrent to the player. First name into the book. I think this set piece a little too far out for De Silva to go direct in on goal. Again, this breeze not going in one particular direction, swirling around means it's stuck up ideally to the back stick. It was a bit of a lazy looking ball, if I'm allowed to say so. Repelled by Thompson. Does go back into the area. Close, able to get that away. The space on this right hand side, it is used. This will be Kaskeri, who has no one in front of him, will be forced to try and take his players on. That's why that breaks down. Thompson, you can hear, not happy about that whatsoever. Rockdale able to get it back. Lovely play again from Neil. Bit of Ben Garuccio, you can say about Neil on this left-hand side. Willing runner forward. Mount Druitt. The shot comes from Clifford. Well over the bar. Mount Druitt with a little bit of space when they get forward. The Rockdale defence not standing up, not putting the pressure on. Happy, as I mentioned earlier, to stand off a little bit. Yarosevsky trying to go through the middle. As mentioned, even if it doesn't find its mark, the pass that is, they will get this ball back immediately after if they want to keep bombing forward. This ball forward, unfortunately, finding the offside Yarosevsky. His head goes down a little bit, being caught out offside, or Salih Adair has been the man in the way. Delivery this time, a bit better from the big man. Kaskeri does not have the strength to hold on to it. Does have the footwork though. Neil, over elaborate there, means it will fall to Kaskeri. Goes near post. Bredisevic, easy enough. I need to restrain that earlier praise for Neil. Again, it's no doubt he has the ability. Just needs to learn maybe when to use it. I don't know if you can really blame him. He's tried his hardest, bombing down this left-hand side from the fullback position. Might be among the frustrated. Pekovsky will get this one back. Looking for options. Neil is in space on the left. Once again, not used. De Silva, first time ball. Advantage, arguably there, not given. Rockdale want to take it quickly. Is that man Neil making the run forward? Referee saying, I wasn't quite ready yet. There's a bit more frustration from Neil. Might want to check himself before he wrecks himself. Yarosevsky stands this one up. The ball is good. It finds the header. Not enough power able to be generated. Salih Adair well positioned It's the right idea. As I mentioned, in this breeze, that ball can just hold up something ridiculous. It's another shot on target for Rockdale, but it's another effort that it's not got them onto the scoreboard. Darko making a run down the left. Defended well from Rockdale. Second goal here for Mount Druitt before the break, and they would be in dreamland. Darko, that's a foul throw. Thank you, referee. The home crowd like that as well. Mentioned he could be a little nonchalant in his play. Casual aspect both aids and frustrates in equal measure. It's Mount Druitt. The shot coming in is again right at Bredicevic. This is Zapata, who's able to find his way forward from the turnover from the throw. This ball to the right hand side. Darko letting Leash bit of space. Take him on is the call. Leash does exactly that. Forced to go back. De Silva. Committing numbers to the ball again, Mount Druitt. Doing enough as it stands. Makura looking inside for Mirosevsky. The ball to Neal. Well cut out from Thompson. Kaskeri all the way back, almost a right fullback. That's fierce. Fighting for the ball from both sides. Rockdale maybe a little over-ambitious there. Mount Druitt getting themselves into a difficult situation. It's a bit of a pressure reliever, really. Linesman giving Mount Druitt the old "let's go, mate." As we've seen so often, if there's one criticism that Aiden Desmond will have of his side, it's that the long ball has not found the target. That time maybe the lack of breeze, meaning goes a little deeper. Leash with the stumble a little earlier, but Rockdale able to recover. Pekoski. I think wanting Neal to make a run over the top doesn't happen. Thompson with a little heel clip from De Silva. Soft contact, but just an accident. We'll give Mount Druitt another moment to see if they can find delivery with this long ball. Sally Adair on this right-hand side. There's two players. Mamone making the run forward. It's the left. Mamone ignored. You would assume that this will be the safe header back, unfortunately, for Rockdale. It's a bit of a skimmer. It's these little moments that can make the difference. Mount Druitt from the set piece against Manly United last week, causing so much danger. Not sure whether that was Manly's lack of intensity or Mount Druitt's prowess from the set piece, but either way it was effective. Maybe this will be a little indicator, and this is what you're going to see. Every player surrounding the goalkeeper. Referee last week was happy to let that go. Referee not seeing anything untoward just yet either. Swung in. Over the top. The home fans with some ironic cheers. Here's an effective method of the set piece. Something that Aiden Desmond had said they had practiced a bit in training. Making sure that goalkeeper cannot get a clear run to punch the ball. Relying on scraps, or the second ball if you will, to bundle it in. They all count the same at the end of the day. Rockdale. Bit of a turnover, Mount Druitt going through the middle. The hands came. If I'm assessing this referee correctly, it is the hands and the grabbing that he's not a fan of. Doesn't mind a bit of physical contact, but as soon as you see the hands or the grabbing onto that jersey, whistle to mouth. Mount Druitt the near touchline through Mamone, unfortunately for him. Delivery goes straight to Bredicevic. And immediately those 9 players now behind the ball for Mount Druitt. Have Rockdale got the quality to break them down? That time the deflection off the referee aiding the home team. The ball into the area, a little aimless. Close able to get that out of play. As that breeze starts up once more. Flick on. Ball in a dangerous area. Goes out of the box. It's a good first touch. Sash looking to play it inside, unable to do so. The deflection kind for the yellow and green, meaning we're back behind the halfway line. Well, not for long. Neal. Again, as we alluded to earlier, physical contact more than welcome in this game, as long as you keep your hands by your sides. Those two players colliding. Rockdale would do well to make that same assessment. Get a bit more physical in defence, but also put those hands away. It's Thompson who goes straight up and under. As you see that little bit of grabbing. Punished Rockdale as we tick into 1 minute of stoppage time. It's been a free-flowing first half. Rockdale with plenty of ball. It's only been that stoppages when Mount Druitt are taking their time to take a goal kick or free kick. Sully Adair demonstrating clearly Mount Druitt will be delighted to have this precious goal away. As we approach the final moments of the first half, a few of the Rockdale players' heads starting to drift down. Can Paul Reed fire up the lads at half-time? You'll have to wait to find out. Only smatterings of applause, and they're coming from the Mount Druitt away fans. Linden Sports Centre, it's been a clash dominated by the home team, but only in passing and possession. Mount Druitt scoring a penalty kick midway through that first half, which means it's Rockdale City Suns 0, Mount Druitt 1. Welcome back to Illingdon Sports Centre. Mount Druitt kicking off here in the second half. Good to have a moment really to compose ourselves after that fast and frenetic first half. Few errors from both teams, but really only after brilliant defensive pressure with Rockdale having most of the ball. That pressure has been coming from Mount Druitt. They have held firm here. Time and time again, Rockdale have attacked. Led by Sally Adair at the back. There's been no way through. Manager Paul Reid said to the lads at half-time, starting with a bit of fire in the belly here. El Hafian all the way back, and is indeed all the way back. Radosevich. Neil down the left continues his run. He's ignored. Early signs are that Rockdale are to continue this approach. Keep the possession. Look for that quality moment to open them up. Is this it? Sash, the ball inside, across the face. The second effort goes well wide. Good early go of it for Rockdale, but it's Leshay who puts it wide. A little bit of a tug on the jersey. And Hafian gets that ball and puts it right back on the spot. Can tell that the home side are ready to find their groove. Ball was left. Clearly Jurasevsky thought he was offside. Did take a touch off the Mount Druitt defender. Decided to go with the safety first approach. Once again, Rockdale happy to take their time. That chest down only as far as close. Mount Druitt in this counter-attack we're too well accustomed to seeing. Zapata inside, lifted up brilliantly, the shot! Saved well, the shot was from Clifford. Radosevich had a little bit to do. Most of those shots straight at him. He's shown some strong hands when he's had to. De Silva doesn't bother even to look back at the referee. He knows that was a foul. And Rockdale showing the intensity we're accustomed to, particularly when Mount Druitt have it in their back line. There's always the striker and attacking mids trying to put that pressure on. Long ball into the area. One or two questions have to be asked of this Rockdale defence. Mentioned in the first half, happy to stand off their players a little bit. Mount Druitt don't mind that at all. A turnover there means that Thompson can come forward. He's got Darko to his left, ignores him. All the way back to Klaus. Lovely turn. Biagian looking for Darko, who has a bit of a laugh as that ball's played behind him. Biagian's got such lovely feet. Able to dribble out of the tightest of situations. Darko, the throw down the line. Gets that back here, and as we mentioned, defenders standing off Mount Druitt. It's a definite ploy from Paul Reid to have his side, not lunge in, commit too many numbers or too much pressure on the ball, but Mount Druitt able to find their passes. As De Silva runs forward, plays that behind Figon, unfortunately for the red and black. Mount Druitt defense is set. A back line of 4, and then there's the 5 midfielders. Covering those central areas. Rockdale, patient as ever. Who is going to be the player for Rockdale to break this open? Good runs, but Petovsky just overhitting that pass slightly. See if he wasn't easy enough to spot, being one of the biggest lads of the NPL. He's got those white and pink boots as well. Very striking. Rockdale. It's a heavy touch, which Thompson's able to gobble up quite happily. To be fair though, Makura redeems himself to get that ball back. Ball over the top. We didn't see too many of those from Rockdale. Might be something that they look to in this second half. Instead of trying to play their way through, look for that ball over the top. With Mount Druitt happy to stick to those central areas in defence. It could be the width. That is the key for the home team. Bit of hush over the ground as this corner kick looks to be taken. Rockdale was 6 in the box. The delivery in. Headed away means we'll get a corner from this near side. Hafian says, I'm not going to take that one. Looks to De Silva. Who in turn says no, he stays in the middle. He wants a goal himself. The header in. Hakovsky lurking at that back stick. Heads that one just past the post. Home crowd somewhat encouraged, but never really had the power or placement. Close, who we know likes to run it out from the back to Darko. Plays that inside, but under pressure, gives that ball straight up. Not been too many sequences of play where Mount Druitt have strung a heck of a lot of passes together, you have to say. Rockdale running this forward. The runs are ignored, which means they will be forced to go back. It is De Silva. All the way back. Ball into the area. Doesn't quite have the quality desired for Rockdale. Mount Druitt a little scrappy. And 2 excellent feet to get that clear. The sound of 2 bodies coming together, but it's play on. Fierce but fair right now. Lovely footwork. This could open up a bit of space if they can get this central. The shot comes in, it is well defended. Rockdale just dwelling that half second too long. And credit to Mount Druitt once more. Oh, lovely feet. Bayajian for a agricultural challenge. That will be the second yellow card of the game, this time to Rockdale. Bayajian. That turn was brilliant. Mount Druitt, the newcomers to the top flight, not given a chance by many. They are trying to show that they are here to cement themselves in the top flight. They belong at this level. Ball played to Thompson. He goes for the strike. A little bit off balance, and that shot is quite wayward. Ball over the top is clever. It's a bit better from Rockdale. The run down the line is perfect too. Unfortunately, the ball a little too heavy. That's the right idea from Rockdale. Don't know if they necessarily need to be too upset. That didn't result in a goal. It is those quick breaks that have looked a bit more effective than the build-up play at times. You know that Mount Druitt aren't going to hold a lot of possession. You're going to get another chance shortly after anyway. And they're dwelling on the ball. That's very casual. Saliadaire regroups, but Mount Druitt don't want to invite Rockdale back into this game, give them a free pass. Ball out wide to Clifford. Clifford looking to take his man on, does well. Eventually taking a bit of a slip. Still going forward for Mount Druitt. Again, you see those defenders standing off. It means the shot can come in. Player leaning back slightly, but cannot rule out Mount Druitt for a second goal. And if they're not having the possession, they're incisive. I say a little bit of Leicester City at times. Looking to break with pace. Figon just goes up to say hello to Saliadaire. Jogging back to his mark now. Close. That ball over the top. It's working almost every time, and you see the hands up, and that's your sign. That's going to be not just a foul, but a yellow card. And after initially in this game, it had been Mount Druitt with all the fouls, Rockdale are the ones dragging down their opponents. Free kick in a dangerous area for the away team. That breeze has just stopped swirling as well, meaning if Thompson here would like to go direct, he may well be rewarded. Thompson did walk away from that one so that he could get into the middle. The ball to the back stick. Shout is corner from Thompson. It's one of the players most far away from it. It is the correct decision of a goal kick. Radicevic. This time goes long. There's space in behind for De Silva. Thompson trying to marshal him. Good play here from Rockdale. Is there delivery at the end of it? Not this time. That's better defense from the home team, and that's with some firm applause as well. Pressure on the ball carrier. Like it might have been a Mount Druitt throw not given. Rockdale will continue the attack. Darko using his body quite well. Under pressure from Freegon. Could well be a turnover here if Mount Druitt aren't careful. For now, it's just a throw for the yellow and green. Darko looking for the option down the line. Not a lot on, you have to say. Indeed. Turnover, and it's Rockdale who have 2 or 3 players in the middle. They go back, and once again, that's just giving Mount Druitt that time to reset. Thought the forward pass might have been the go, not to be. Petrillo coming forward. He's got plenty of space. Not happy with his options, however. Da Silva, good feet to get away. Takes on the shot himself. Doesn't really ever get off the turf. Sally Adair able to gobble that up. You saw him look for the run initially, and when one was not forthcoming, decided to take on the responsibility himself. Da Silva eventually putting the pressure on Sally Adair, whose delivery isn't great. He's letting his teammates know about it. Goalkeepers never satisfied. Turnover here from Mount Druitt. Rockdale trying to be a little too clever. Ball initially missed. Be thankful they get a second bite at it now. Lecce. Dribbling, taking on 2 or 3 defenders until he just gives it off, saying there's nothing more I can do here. Those runs are for that ball over the top, like we mentioned earlier on, but that ball didn't come. Wanted to play it short, and Mount Druitt. There are no midfielders as of yet coming back for Rockdale. That means it's just the back 4 to take on. A little tentative, you have to say, from Mount Druitt. Not wanting to take that bit between the teeth. Lecce. Always very confident when he's on the ball. Ball into Da Silva. He does play the ball over the top, and this time the run comes short. It's just that story for Rockdale. Darko, not a lot of options, just going to try and get it into the feet of Biagian. Sorge gets it to Da Silva, who's had Thompson on top of him the entire afternoon. Tries to drill that into the feet, doesn't come off, and Mount Druitt get it clear, but not even past that halfway line. Petkovsky able to restart this. That ball, once again, too heavy. Sally Adair will take all the time in the world for this restart. He does have a few short options, but why use those when you can pump it long? Kaskari on that right hand side does extremely well to win that header. In fact, he's onside here down the line. Swings that in. Well defended. Petrillo doing what he's paid to do. Cho looks like he'll be the first substitution on the game. He's warming up underneath us. Mount Druitt, I'm sure, will be thankful they've not had to make any early substitutions after 3 forced changes in the first half last week. Rockdale, this time there's a bit of space. Has the quality of the delivery. Darko takes a clever touch to take it wide. Only as far as the right back. Maybe there could have been something a bit more there for Rockdale. A rare moment where that defensive line for Mount Druitt was quite high. Ball into the area is not bad. The chest to Da Silva. It will be a free kick. Thompson with a little bit of afters. There's a few yells. Thompson again collected Da Silva a little late. The referee did see it and has, I'd assume, awarded the free kick. Maybe he decided to pay the advantage, even though that contact came afterwards. Let's find out. Players setting themselves for a goal kick. And indeed, that's all it will be. Thompson does come across to say, or to rather give his apologies. And so it will be the first substitution. It's Coming for Rockdale, Cho is the man to come on, and it's De Silva. Perhaps adding insult to injury, becomes that first substitution. There's not much more he could have done this afternoon. It's a little bit of applause. Doesn't look too happy about being subbed off. Not sure if a player ever is. Maybe Cho can provide the fresh legs. The ball continues to be heavy. That same one over the top, you could almost play that on a loop 3 or 4 times in that second half. In the left channel, the run is always there. The ball, a little bit too heavy. It's a like-for-like swap with Cho going into that attacking midfield role. Neil doing very well, really, to win that header against 2 Mount Druitt defenders. As they're coming forward here, Cho's making the run. You know what I'm about to say. Surely the 5th time in the second half. The player makes that run on that left channel, and the ball goes out of play for a goal kick. Adair pumping this long, looking for Darko. Doesn't find him. Poor read. Happy to give that back. Good feet initially from Gomez, but he wanted the foul. Didn't come. Petkovsky running forward. You know, he likes to make his runs from the back. Finding Neil on that left-hand side. Mount Druitt are pushing up a little bit more, meaning there's space in these attacking midfield areas. A shot straight at Adair. Rockdale players second-guessing themselves, not quite sure if they should be shooting or not, whether they want to take the shot on. They've got time and space if they want to. So they have the quality. It's Makura who hit that one. Dare I say that delivery once again. Not finding a Mount Druitt player. Thompson plays that one out. He's going to need to get into position quickly, otherwise Cho's going to have plenty of space. And there is Cho with that first touch. Fortunately for Rockdale, Figon lets his side down with that touch. Ball forward. Not finding the player. Studs raised, but from both players, and the referee says play on. Don't think you can disagree with that decision. Both players with eyes for the ball. This does not look good for Gomez. I do hope it's nothing too serious. Vranic is ready to come on. We're not sure if that is for Gomez or another player. Vranic, another one of these Mount Druitt attackers who's very comfortable on the ball. More than happy to back himself, back his ability to get forward and dribble past defenders. Type of player that can unlock a defense. If any Rockdale players or fans thought this was going to be an easy 3 points, they have found out very quickly that Mount Druitt are no pushovers. Well, watching the 20s, they certainly would have been aware that every Mount Druitt side that gets out on that pitch is giving 100%, full-blooded challenges. Aiden Desmond has them very well drilled. Would that be, if they could get their first win this season, I'm sure they would be delighted. Vranic is the man coming on. That's Biagian coming off. He's not had a lot to do today. take his seat regardless. Darko it is on this near side with the throw. Comes off Clifford, meaning Rockdale will get the opportunity. Petrillo playing it to his captain. That ball forward, finally. Long ball that's hit the target. Yurshevsky, lovely trick. Gets it into the middle, the flick header. More sidewards than goalward. Darko doing extremely well to take on the defenders, but there's no forward options for Mount Druitt. They're going to have a lot more defending to do. It does seem like the pattern of this game is well set. Thompson looking for the long ball. Vranjic was coming short, however. Darko with a typically chill header back down the line. Rockdale putting that pressure on, but all players running at the ball carrier, meaning there's a few passing options. Neil doing very well. Goes inside before going outside. Cho. That pass eventually comes through. Appeals for a free kick, but nothing doing. Thompson. He's going to keep snapping at heels until something is done. Few turnovers. Rockdale, the ones coming away with it. Sorge will win this throw for his team. The long throw, there's space in the middle. The shot first time. Goes well over the crossbar from Cho. No Mount Druitt player actually putting on the defensive pressure. Cho had a bit more time than he may have realised. Might as well just put me on a loop at this point. The long ball from Salih Adair. Not finding a teammate, but this time for Mount Druitt. They win the second ball. Vranjic, the first time flick to no one in particular. Thompson with a big header. Cho put the pressure on. Did collect him a little late. Mount Druitt support delighted to have a moment in possession. Close says, I'm going to take it. Nice and early, believed he'd spot the keeper off his line, but Bradsovic was watching that all the way. And as such, that means there's space for Rockdale. That defensive midfield rather, not set. Neil wanted to take defender on. It's beaten. Eventually does fall back. Rockdale. El Hafian gets it back to Neil. As that ball came in, the contact right under the nose of those Rockdale fans. Protests coming in saying that there was contact either ways, but Neil did hit the deck quite hard. Appeals now for a yellow card, but referee may not have been able to see that incident, probably following that ball in like the rest of us. Regardless, Rockdale have got the free kick. It's Cho who's standing over it. Set piece delivery hasn't been fantastic by either side today. Will Cho change that? Plenty of numbers in the middle to aim for. So that breeze picks up a little bit. The ball swung in. Tried to go over Salih Adair, but didn't have the weight of pass required. Salih Adair decides just to throw it out this time. Clifford trying to get possession. Beaten by sheer numbers. Vranjic is one of the fresh men on the pitch. Otherwise, I would be looking to take on the defender in almost any other circumstance. As for Thompson, That's typical Thompson right there. No way through. Rockdale down this left-hand side. Cho comes short. Ignored. Creates space for Neil to run onto. And just push that Nathan Patrick button right there. That pass too heavy. The right idea from Rockdale. You can't fault the thinking. Have the attacking mid come short. Draw those defenders out. Use that space in behind to play that ball through. But every time, 6 times now in this second half, it's been too heavy. Good challenge. Results in Rockdale with possession. 3 players to beat. Shoulder to shoulder contact. The referee does not mind that one bit. Means that Sorge has to play it out of play. Rockdale. And make a change. Paul Reed encouraging a quick substitution. I say it's Makura, the man to make way. You may have heard from the announcer, Krostanovsky, the man coming on. Attacking changes from Paul Reed as he looks to find the combination to get his team on the score sheet as that ball almost found its way through. Neil with a long throw. As the pace of the play has increased from Rockdale, the quality has diminished. They find that right balance between build-up and incisiveness. Mount Druitt, rare moments on the ball for them. This cross-field ball into a dangerous area, the header, and the follow-up kick from Sorge. Exactly what was required. Close says anywhere will do. Al-Hafian into Cho, the flick header. It's not a bad idea. Doesn't find the player. Clifford can't get past his man. Lecce, this right hand side to his right back. It's inside, the first touch. Jurasevsky couldn't get that under control, but it is another corner for Rockdale. Frustration around this ground, so evident to what they saw last week, what they've seen this afternoon. Not been a problem with the quality of football, just can't find the back of the net. Credit has to go to Sally Adair in that first half, who did what he could. Will it change now for Rockdale? It's swung in, the header comes in, it's downward to Darko, it's bouncing around. That ball so close to going over the line. No protest from the Rockdale fans. Sally Adair ends up with it. He's just given it straight back though. There's one thing for the Mount Druitt goalkeeper to work on in training, you'd say. You've been doing all you can in terms of your shot stopping, but your distribution. Passing accuracy would be down somewhere, and I'm not exaggerating, down at 10 or 20%. If he can keep a clean sheet, it'll all be forgotten. Delivery swung in. Guess who's on the end of it? His throwing has been a lot better than his kicking, you have to say. Finds Darko with that long throw. Eventually he's bullied off it. Good feet. And the nutmeg from Al-Hafian. Clifford gets there first. He's running in on goal. He's against the keeper. Leans back on the shot over the crossbar. These are the moments in a game of football where it is decided. That second goal may well have killed off this contest. Clifford's pure determination is what got him through. His shot did not have the same ambition. Took himself quite wide. Managed to keep that shot down. Who knows what would have happened. Meanwhile, Rockdale straight back onto the attack. Lecce, low delivery, repelled. Vranic now. He's not one to give up the ball easily. Close plays it into space. And Mount Druitt with the effort. It's fumbling around, the ball's played wide. A brilliant interception. Throwing himself at the ball. You'll have to excuse me, that was bouncing around like it was nobody's business. Sorge, the man who eventually blocks that ball, gets anything he can on it. All players, myself, cameraman, looking into that sunshine, possibly what brought about that confusion. Petkovsky was doubting himself and eventually lunged in, got beaten. Gomez not able to find the target initially, but Mount Druitt from the set piece. A lot less bodies committed than that first half. So we made note of that rehearsed move where they crowd the goalkeeper, the Mount Druitt players, looking for a second ball. The entire defensive line of Mount Druitt stayed back. As Neil is going to be replaced. He's done so much running on that left-hand side. I believe that's Fondijk, the man to replace him. Maybe a changing system now for Rockdale as they've lost that left back. But that ball over the top does hold up. A free kick given to Mount Druitt. Was a little bit of grabbing. It looked like it might have gone both ways. No protest from the Rockdale players. Thompson's, I wouldn't quite say collided, but made some type of contact with that outer boundary. He'll be okay. Takes a lot more than that to take down Thompson. Maybe cleverly taking a moment to give his side a pause in play. Referee blows play on. Time on, rather. The delivery long. Vranic does well to win that ball. Claims of being held from Zapata. Nothing given. It's about as clear foul as you can see. And a little bit of a, I'll use the word slap, a little bit of acknowledgement from El Hafian in the back of the head. Play on. Rockdale maybe going to a back three of sorts. It's been hard to diagnose the shape, if you like. Both sides lining up with what is called a 4-2-3-1. But again, the way that this game's been played has just meant all bodies forward for Rockdale, all bodies back for Mount Druitt. This ball finds Cho. First touch off the thigh is good. The second one even better. He gets it back now. Plays it through the line. The shot on goal. What a save, Sally Adair. They're going to get another effort. Rockdale. The shot comes in. Lecce. How's your delivery this time? He stands it up. And that breeze will take it over the crossbar. Sally Adair getting down well. Rockdale just unable to finish. How much self-belief does this home side have? No, Paul Reed has it. Can he instill that into his players? This delivery from Sally Adair is a bit better. To be fair to Petrillo, he made it his. Lecce, you know, he's got some pace on him. He's not able to get to that ball. So we see Darko take a seat. Referee signals that this will all be added on back at the end of the game, or rather at the end of stoppage time. end of regular time. Third time's the charm. So Mount Druitt players take this time to get some fluids on board. None of the Rockdale players doing the same thing. They want to continue this game. I'll say that if Mount Druitt can keep this clean sheet, 3 points better be going to Sully Adair. That man has been unstoppable. Yell from Blake Thompson to his strikers is to keep going. Don't you stop chasing down those half balls, those 50-50s. Thompson, bit of a hospital pass to close, but he does enough. Back heel is clever. Gomez winning the throw for his side. Darko, who I'm not quite sure if he'd return to the field, doesn't need to as he takes this throw. Bit of a discussion with the linesman as to where that throw should be taken. Clifford wants this ball more than anyone else. Until Sorge, again, you have to say, he saved Rockdale on one or two occasions. Those moments may not be remembered, but they should at least be recognised. Bursting into the box. There's space on the edge of the area, and you can see Cho leading the protest, wanting that cut to the top of the area. It's just these little decisions that have made the difference. There's only one man back for Rockdale. Song in from Cho. Sully Adair, strong as ever. Cho now is going to be forced to burst back as Mount Druitt wants to start the counter-attack. To no avail. Lack of movement means Veranic may well just try and take the shot on. He goes low. It goes wide of that far post. That is the game plan for Mount Druitt. Veranic. You look back at that moment. Lecce darting inside as we know he loves to do. These Rockdale players just not on the same wavelength. When runs are coming short, that ball being played through and then vice versa. If they can get it to marry up, they'll be through, and then the times that it has. Sully Adair has been in the way. Vranic grabbing that jersey and also kicking that ball away. When we say they're playing right on the line, that's what we're talking to. Doesn't boot it away, just a little love tap. Sorge to pump it long. Route 1 from Rockdale. Cho winning that header. Vranic uncontested, can chest this and play it all the way back down the line to Darko. Goes to Thompson in field, who have to be another to get a few of your man of the match points. Goes to spread this wide to Mamone. Mamone might be carrying some type of injury. Did not run to that ball very smoothly at all. Was hobbling a little bit. I don't know if that's an injury, fatigue. We'll try and keep an eye on that for you. The long ball was for Vranic. He was a touch offside and does not try to contest. It's going to be fast and furious to finish this off. Lovely feet. Jurasevsky plays this out wide. There's time and space, but no end product. Mamone perfectly positioned. Aidan Desmond has his team so well drilled. Every one of the defenders knows which attacker to mark. This ball pumped in long. Thompson on the end of it. Mount Druitt. Unless there's a foul incoming, there could be a way. Vranic. will find himself on the end of it. It's a 3-on-4 in attack. Just found a Mount Druitt player, but now, until that moment of magic, Kaskari it is with a finish. Just when you thought the play had broken down, the back heel, the flick in behind the legs, and then the finish. Will you please credit Mount Druitt? They can create something out of nothing. Sure, if this Mount Druitt sub was going to be made, regardless of this goal, it might be Mamone who's making way. Did mention hobbling a little bit. He's put in a shift. And it's looking like this game plan from Mount Druitt has been executed perfectly. Rockdale, a real test of character for them now. Close as dedicated as ever, the centre back. Beautiful dribbling, finds the feet of Cho, eventually decides to take the shot directly. Sally Adair positioned exactly where he needs to be. Rockdale will only leave it Sorge back to look at Vranic. Every other player in or just outside that box. A little bit of holding in the area. Eventually it will be swung in. Ends at the feet of the centre back. Played it back, it does eventually go back to Cho, swings it in, the header! Flicked on, kept in play. All it's going to be is another corner kick. That's about as quickly as you can take a corner kick. Maybe a moment's composure needed for a bit more quality delivery. Might even be Petrillo who's taking it, can't quite see our side. He swings it in. Bit of a half punch away from Sally Adair. Rockdale will go again. Von Dijk wants the return ball. He's not going to get it back though. Missed clearance means Cho has an opportunity to get on it. That's a foul. Not given by the referee. Okay. That's my bad. It looks like extremely heavy contact. Did not get the ball, but as I guess I've said, body on body, not going to be given. Kaskari with a tired second effort. Zapata it was who was dribbling into the area. Nothing else, the referee has been consistent. Shoulder to shoulder contact.
14 to 18.
Not given. Any type of grabbing has been. Zapata is the man who made that tired run into the area, who will be substituted off. Monaghan Vika brought on in these closing stages. Hayden Desmond gives Felipe a big pat on the back. Job done. So it seems. Darko, the throw down the line, does not find Vranic. Rockdale. Put that into touch, if you will. Sally Adair heads for the edge of his area. Grozdanovsky not able to have much of an impact since coming on. Doing the right thing to ensure that the goalkeeper's forced to take his kick as quickly as possible. They say that lightning doesn't strike twice. You have to say, for Rockdale, it has. While dominating play, dominating possession, it is they who go down to a valiant Mount Druitt Town Rangers. So getting that early penalty goal doubled their advantage. Whatever the home side threw at them was met with fierce resistance. They pick up their first win of the NPL season in the top flight. Going to be some big celebrations for them. Hayden Desmond is absolutely elated. Paul Reed, hands in pockets. It's back to the drawing board. So it finishes here. Rockdale 0, Mount Druitt 2.